Good afternoon. My name is Darren Finebloom, and I'm one of the attorneys at the Law Place. Obviously, with all the media attention in the past couple of days regarding Chance Walsh, the baby that was found dead in Sarasota County, the community has a lot of questions as to what the procedure and processes might be with regard to the mother and father who have been charged with murder and other assortment of charges. People have questions about how long the process might take. So I want to start off with, first of all, both have been extradited back here to Sarasota County from South Carolina. Joseph Walsh just yesterday. It looks like they've arrested him on 2 charges. One is child neglect and the other is felony murder. What you have to keep in mind about felony murder is that could be unintentional, meaning that it's any murder or death that's committed while in the commission of a felony. So for example, if someone robs a bank and one of the people in the bank are killed, not by that person, they could still be liable for a murder charge. So in this situation, I'm guessing that the neglect of which both the mother and the father are charged with resulted in the death of the child, not necessarily the intentional killing of the child by Mr. Walsh. So any felony resulting in a death can be felony murder. Both have also been arrested for child neglect. That's a 3rd-degree felony. So the way that the process works is usually the police, once they've done their investigation or a significant portion of their investigation, develop probable cause to believe that the mother and father were involved in the murder of their young baby. They take that information to a judge or the prosecutor here in Sarasota County, who then issues a warrant for both of their arrests. They will both go in front of a judge within 24 to 48 hours. Mr. Walsh will probably go in front of a judge tomorrow where a bond will be determined. That is very, very limited proceeding where the judge will look at danger to the community, ties to the community, whether the person has any means to afford a bond. Quite frankly, on this case, I don't envision any bond being allowed. So Mr. Walsh will sit in jail until his trial or until a resolution in the case can be reached. Same for the mother. Once after that first appearance, the first court date will be an arraignment. That's about 30 days away. And in Florida, that's the first day to answer to the charges. Obviously, Mr. Walsh, if he can hire a private lawyer, will have someone file some paperwork on his behalf, entering a plea of not guilty at this time. If he cannot afford to hire a lawyer, then the public defender's office will be appointed, and they'll file a written plea of not guilty on his behalf. That really starts the process rolling, and the defense asks for all the evidence in the case from the state attorney, and they will provide that. So the next court date would probably be another 6 weeks out, called a case management. In the meantime, the defense is getting all the evidence in the case to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses, 1 against the wife and 2 against the husband, the mother and father, and to see exactly what the allegations are. At this time, the defense may not know that. The public defender's office may not have any of that information. In fact, they probably don't. So the most important thing is for them to gather that information. At that case management, if an agreement has not been reached in these cases, for example, they may make an agreement with Mr. Walsh to testify against the mother or vice versa. But if no agreement has been reached, at that point the case will get set for trial. Both of the defendants have a right to what's called speedy trial, which is 6 months from the date of your arrest, you have to be brought to trial. In all practicality, they're probably going to need significantly more time than that. There could be DNA in this case. There could be some significant scientific evidence that the defense will need to evaluate. And the state will also have to have enough time to present their case and to obtain the convictions that they're seeking. So that trial will probably be set at least 6 months to a year out. Obviously, the defense will do depositions of the investigation and the officers in this case, and they will try and ascertain what the truth was with regard to the death of baby Chance. Obviously, the whole situation is extremely awful, and if it was the parents who committed the crime, then obviously the state attorney's office will go and seek punishment to the fullest extent of the law.